Well, we're gonna do some more Phydeaux work here. We're recording. I start with a 19 by 24 smooth Bristol. Oops. Simply slice it down the center, coming up with whatever half a 19 is, 8.5 by 24. This is the famous comics Calibrator. Each panel of a comic strip is 4 9/16 by 5 13/16 wide. I have these arrows set up here. I line up my calibrator to the left hand side, and it's just a little matter of one panel, two panels, three panels, and four. This is a nice straight edge on the far right side. Oops, bad line. These are just guidelines, so it really doesn't matter if they're perfect, but what the hell.
I'm sure you'll get them perfect, honey.
Try to draw the lines as lightly as possible, because while they still will be covered with ink, you might have to erase something somewhere. Now, on the right hand side of the comics calibrator, you'll notice I have an arrow top and bottom. That's the top and the bottom of a panel, plus these little hashtags, which are 5/16 with an 1/8 inch gutter. That's my lettering guide. So somewhere around the center, I'll do a hash mark for top and bottom, and then a dot on each lettering guide. This will tell me help me figure out what the letter, the proper sizing of the lettering. And I got to put a glove on, because any hand grease that gets on Bristol board makes it difficult for the ink to stick later on. This is a parallel glider or a rolling ruler. Wonderful, because it'll give you a constant parallel line. And go up to the tab, and actually I'm going to use a different pencil, because this definitely has to be erased. If ever doing something that needs to definitely be erased, I'll use a Dixon Ticonderoga. That was a wonderful Blackwing, Palomino Blackwing, which is a very nice, smooth, but soft lead, but also very, very difficult. Oh, am I parallel? But also very, very difficult to erase. The Ticonderoga, they call themselves the world's greatest pencil, is just the world's most easy to erase pencil. We'll just do 3 lines now, because I don't think the comic strip I'm planning on drawing today has much dialogue. See, I try not to go too far in with my dialogue here, because you don't want a comic strip to be too wordy. If you're going to go wordy, you read a book. One, two, and 3. Back to the comics calibrator. I've started to slant my lettering 22.5 degrees, and I happen to have on the lettering guide, just installed this in this new version, a 22.5 degree angle so that I can give myself some light guidelines later on when I do the lettering. It helps to get the proper uniform slanting. And these lines are incredibly light, and I'm positive you cannot, the camera's not picking them up. But it's really not necessary that you do pick them up. I've labeled the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is tell me how many lines, so I know this is a 3-line thing I'm marking up, so I only have to go down to the 3.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's light, but I can see it.
The camera is such that I really can't see the computer screen while I'm doing this. So if the camera work isn't perfect, it's just because it's hanging on my shirt like a microphone. Okay. Well, I didn't do the bottom of the panels here. The rolling ruler here has a dual purpose. Not only does it create nice parallel lines, but it makes a squeaky sound that my wife thinks is a mouse caught in a trap.
Stop it.
It's like fingernails on a chalkboard to her. Alrighty then, let's see what we have for a script. This is where I write all this stuff. It's a plain old hardcover book. I believe we're doing this one here, and I probably should have looked at it to begin with because there's actually very little dialogue at all. See, Bo gets food out of the refrigerator. He's making a sandwich. They're going to do like a Dagwood's type sandwich. Turns to put something away, and when he turns back, the plate's empty. And Bo says, "This would be a good premise for a horror movie if I didn't live with a dog." Because, obviously, and in between panels, Phydeaux stole his sandwich. But since maybe I should do this one. This is one I was going to save for Halloween. Dino, Bo, and Phydeaux, they're playing with an Ouija board. You know, that's board where you put your fingers on and you ask questions. "Oh, great spirit from beyond, will Phydeaux be a good dog?" And Bo, of course, "Why, yes." And Phydeaux gets really freaked out and leaves the table and walks away. And Dino says, "Do you think that will work?" And then we'll have the Ouija board say, "No." Well, I should try to find something with more dialogue to use this, or make another one without all the lettering guiding to do that. Well, anyway, that is how a comic strip is started.